Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be playing WMW Wars Reborn. The objective of this game is to destroy all of the, or rather to send enough units to take out 25 of the enemy's lives. You don't get any back, I believe, so once you run out, that's it. I'm going to be using a pretty simple maze strategy for this one, which is that I will fill up all of the slots from here to here with a side-to-side maze and leave a 1x1 gap on the right. So the way this game works, as far as sending units goes, is every time you send a unit, you get a little bit of income, much like in Stronghold. So the more units you send, the more money you make. You get 2 unit spawners, and they each have charges. So if one of them's out, just switch to the other, and you should try to maximize your income as much as possible. And the first units are all really easy to kill, so as long as you have a few towers up, you shouldn't have any trouble. And so the reason why my maze strategy will work is the snow here represents a pathing point, which means the units will run all the way to the path, and then they go from the path backwards to get to the next one, because that's the only route available. So you will see a lot of people do little spirals like this. There's nothing wrong with it. Personally, I prefer to keep it simple and just go for the full size. Looks like I need to get a few more units. I'm starting to leak, which isn't a problem because blue will be able to catch those leaks pretty easily. Looks like I have enough DPS, so I'll just go full income for now. Yeah, in this game I don't think it compensates blue for the fact that they don't get any gold from the unit kills, so I think they just end up falling a little behind income-wise. Technically, blue might be compensated in the sense that they don't need to get as many towers if their side players are doing well. But it doesn't really work out that way, because if you don't build any towers as blue, then you just will end up being a weak link on your team. Okay, looks like multiple rangers are able to get through, so I should expand the maze. I'll probably go to row 2, skip an income round. Once they have about 3 waves here where they can all attack simultaneously, that should be enough for a while. And my units are really cheap at 7 gold, so it's not a big deal. Alright, that's probably sufficient. And I'll send 3 rangers as well, because that seemed relatively effective. Let's see how my rangers are doing. Okay. Not actually accomplishing anything, which means when possible I should try to send bigger units instead of multiple small ones. So let's take a look at the income efficiency. So 48 is actually a slight discount, so sending stalkers is a good choice, and the same would apply to water runners. Both a little cheaper than the curve. So next round I will get water runners. And 1 gold off. I think I can probably stall, assuming they send any units. Actually, taking a look at that, this guy will probably cause a problem, so I need to expand my maze. In the beginning, it makes more sense as my builder to just build a lot more towers instead of upgrading, because it costs 75 gold to upgrade a single tower, or no, a little less than that. 68 because it gets discounted, but still very expensive.
What is it now?
We have about 10 seconds to wait for the income. Get a water runner.
Well,
Let's see how the water runners do. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not going to make it through, but that is a decent amount. And if we ever need to get a lot of extra time in a rush, we can do a quick build all the way down, and that will buy us time. And then we can just gradually fill in the rest. The downside to doing that is it will leave you with a lot of empty space where the enemies do nothing, so it doesn't give you that much bonus DPS. Hovercrafts are upcoming. Despite being a hovercraft, they can't actually fly, but there are flying units in this game on the Tier 2 Summoner. Looks like both sides are pretty evenly matched. Okay, now's about the time to fill out the maze like I was talking about, to get us more time to kill the enemies. Probably won't be able to, and this actually could result in a leak. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Those hovercrafts are durable. Let me send some. Might be losing a life there. And that I've filled out the maze, that'll buy a lot of extra time. Actually, seems like Blue's tiny maze did do enough DPS to kill it. Excellent. Okay. Can either fill out more of the maze or get some upgrades. It might be time to pivot to upgrades. I'll spend most of my next income boosting these. Also, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help the channel out, and you'll be notified of any upcoming videos. Semi-soon, I will be upgrading to the Summoning Palace Level 2. It uses the same charge system, so the sooner you get it, the more units you'll be able to send. Yeah, we're pretty much maxing out the Tier 1 Summoner, so in an income or two I'll be switching, or upgrading. The Tier 2 Summoner isn't quite as cost effective, so if you're looking to build income, having 2 Tier 1 Summoners will get you more, but you will be sending out weaker units. And the reason why I'm doing ZS here, my build hotkey, instead of shifting, is because it will save time. To show this off, here's what the shift click looks like. It waits for the full tower to build, which, since I'm an undead builder, is just a waste of time. Okay. Should have used my money slightly differently. Could have got multiple frosty reptiles. Okay, let's fill out the rest of this. I think I can, yeah, one more wave, and then we'll have to shift the pattern a bit. Okay, so now we can do up, down. Actually, I could have gone for the Tier 2 unit, which cost 650. That was a slight mistake. Alright, and that's pretty maximized. We filled up the whole region, and from here on out, we'll just be upgrading and replacing towers. We can get a second race for, looks like just right away for free. I was going to say I thought it cost 100,000, but I guess not. I think the one I usually get is God, because they have a powerful tower, which is nice to place at the end, but Pretty much anything should be decent as long as you read their strengths and weaknesses. Probably time to upgrade the few remaining slimes. Actually, maybe not. It seems like I have more than enough DPS. See how the enemies are doing. Okay. A lot of time because the units are clumping up. I guess that's a thought towards not building the smaller summons, because they slow down the bigger ones, it wastes their time. Player 12, on the other hand, because they're only sending out bigger guys, theirs are moving right along. Still, I'd rather have the income than... I mean, realistically, I highly doubt the units would be strong enough to get through anyway, so I'd just rather have the income. See how Teal is doing. So his maze is a fancy little spiral that then sends him out. Okay. I don't know if his is actually any more optimized than mine. Let's take a look at the income efficiency. So 500, if we were in the small summoner, that would be worth 1,000, so that's about half. This should be worth 200, so that's a little better than half. And it looks like it catches back up with the Eternal Spirit. So if we can, it's better to send out the spirits than the other units. And it looks like the exact same applies to the supply tank. Hyperion has disconnected, that is blue, okay. Unfortunate, because now that means I'll have to, or one of us will have to manage the middle. Or I guess you could look at it from a different perspective, which is that we just can't afford to have any more leaks. Yeah, odds are once we do start leaking units, these little wimpy archers won't be doing anything. So, yeah. And we're now down in income, which means we'll just be like 2,000 income behind the enemy. Probably about time to... oh wait, never mind. I was going to say time to get a second Summoning Palace too, but I actually had plenty of charges to go around. Okay, tank is quite durable, which means it's time for upgrades. A little bit of danger here, so I will upgrade the last batch into superior units. That should do the trick. And when we kill that, yeah, that was enough to get the demonic pet. Just sending out fewer big guys right now. Yeah, and this batch of lackeys seems to be quite effective. For reference, let's see the power of the Executioner. So for 300, you can get 662 damage. Let's just call it, let's assume fast is 1 hit per second. I don't think it is, but it makes for easy math. Whereas, okay, let's say fast is 2 hits. Yeah, okay, let's say fast is 1 hit per test second, so that would be 600. Versus, let's call this 2, so that would be 150. So that means for an additional 375, you're getting about 4 times the damage for over 4 times the price. So I guess it would be slightly suboptimal if the math is accurate. Which, I actually don't think that is entirely accurate though. Should upgrade the rest. Yeah, A few big units is also a fine strategy, which is what the spiral lends itself to. $10,000. Well, how's the DPS? I think we're fine. So let's just get more income. Probably enough time to get another spirit. Okay. Okay, so it looks like some flying units, I'm assuming, managed to get through Teal's side. Ah, there's the God Builder. That might be the Fallen Angel. You know what? I think all of these are God units. Okay, so they have Chaos, which is nice, against the Fortified Tanks. Actually, I wonder how our Fortified Tanks are doing against the enemy. Actually, that's not bad. It seems like this Crystal Mage is making some progress. Seems like I'm still fine. And alright, now it's definitely time to get another Summoning Palace. And if I wanted to, it makes more sense to immediately upgrade this one to a Dark Fortress. Because then the charges that we're building up in the first one will not have to reaccumulate in the second. Oh, you send flyers from the roost. Okay. We could try sending some matured dragons. Not convinced that it will actually accomplish anything, but it's worth an experiment. Upgrade the dragon roost for free? Is there a reason why I wouldn't do that? No. Maybe that was time locked. What does the knight have? 20 armor? This is a lot more health. I'm assuming that's better than the supply tank. I mean, it does cost more after all. Ooh, very close to the Infernal. Seems like I won't get it this income cycle, so I'll go for the Mage. And, okay, a lot of flyers. Let me upgrade my DPS in the back. Actually, that was a non-issue. Okay. So it seems like I need to pick up a bit of the slack, or else we will lose to the flyers. So let me place some Satan's Royal Guards. Okay, thanks. Let's get a couple of Royal Guards over here. So that is 2,000 damage and a chance to crit. So, pretty solid. And I guess, for fun, I'll do an immediate upgrade to Satan's Pet. And then the Devil. I believe the Devil is my best unit. Oh, never mind. There's wood units, which are 200,000? Yeah. Quite a ways away from that. So the Devil does 17,000 chaos damage. That is really solid. And whatever my chance to crit is. If I wanted, I could also put a Devil in the front. I don't think there's a need. So how are the Infernals doing on this side? Okay, Infernals are making solid progress through orange. I don't think they'll get out. And yellow, I don't have the ability to gauge this. In theory, this is weak. 3 damage does not seem very good. Actually do seem to recall the wind beams being really powerful in the past. Okay, how is the devil holding up against these guys? Honestly, having less impact than I would have expected. Okay, we could go for the Dark Fortress. And let's send a couple of matured dragons. So the Dark Fortress, no... Oh, you know what? I did the wrong one. I explicitly said that I would be using the right one, but I did not. Which means I've now lost access to the Infernals for a while. Not a huge deal. What I was going to say, though, is the Dark Fortress will actually just train units, so it gets rid of the charges. Also, what is the range on this? 1500. Actually, if I put that in the middle, it hit a lot of units. I'll move him up to here. Okay, so Duke Wintermaw, Spider Lord. Okay, Spider Lord's a little more cost effective. Or just, yeah, gold to income. Or Marine is fine as well. Okay, but now let's get that extra Death Lord. Maybe even two. You know, why not? Let's go for a lot. I'll just use this whole income wave on it. Upper Being. So once we get 10 wood, we can start getting 2 wood per round. Still a ways away. Should have gone for Spider Duke. Used my money incorrectly. Okay. So if we wanted it to hit the units in the entrance, it looks like this wave would have been the optimal. Okay. God. 200 wood income. Ultimate God is no income. Tauren God is 10 income. And Upper Being is 2. Once you get to the Upper Beings, especially if you get them somewhat early, they are very powerful. Like, my guess would be if I saved for 8 rounds to get an Upper Being, it would probably be a guaranteed life. But it's not very practical to save for... Actually, it'd be more than 8 rounds, because right now it's 2 per 1 wood, so that would be 20 rounds. Get double Duke and a Crystal Mage. And for fun, I think I'll upgrade the rest of my towers to slimes. It doesn't really make a difference, but it will reduce the visual chaos. Yeah, now I have marginally more DPS, but a lot less particles. How are the Dukes doing? Probably not that well, seeing as how none are on their way back. So sharpshooters have large range, high damage. What about these? 4,000, okay. Low range, high damage. So that means there are... actually, the Orc Elite could still have a chance. I was going to say there's no gold units left that could be valuable, but yeah, Orc Elite maybe. Also, I'll give the Black Dragon a try. Surprisingly, it doesn't have an income penalty, so that... Or wait, does it? No, it doesn't. So that's probably objectively better than Duke. Seemed like Teal had the exact same idea. Okay, easily getting through orange. How will they do against yellow? Probably won't get... might get 1 or 2 through. Nope, looks like 0. One of these had a slow. Maybe the shaman? Seems like he only has 1 race, so it's at least tied to the war. Oh wait, does he have 1 race or 2? Yeah, just 1. Okay, 100,000. Let's pick up a Orc Elite. And a Spider. Or maybe not. We can most likely get a Duke or Dragon. Just a little bit more. Yeah, the dragons aren't a big deal, they just need to be prioritized. I think these guys I left here should be sufficient. Ah, Winged God. That would probably be an easy way to get some lives. And we're able to start getting 1 wood per round. I think once I get to 150, I might switch over and start saving for the wood. The first player to get an upper being starts getting a huge advantage, because that wood income is just invaluable, and that will give me access to Satan as well. Or I guess, if I recall, I think Satan is S-A-T-A-N, so I guess this would be Satin. So with 150,000, that would be about 7 rounds. Still a while to wait, but then I would be getting 100,000 bonus income. Or 200,000, really. Okay. My next income has to go for towers. Hopefully 3 is enough. Actually, you know what? I'll wait 1 more income. Need to get a few more. Oh wait, this is suboptimal. Put them up here. 1 more batch of Satans. Or wait, were these? No, doubles. Okay, 240, we can just start buying wood. Are there any cheaper wood units? I'm pretty sure there aren't. Looks like the Orc Elite model might be missing. This is just a regular Marine. Almost enough for 1 more wood. You're now 4 of the 6, or 4 of the 10 wood we need. Might need to start replacing these towers. Or I buy a Satin. Alright, let me just get a few more devils. Or, yeah. Maze free, but still a decent amount of DPS. Actually, he's going to get through. I need to build those a little sooner. Oh, just in time.
You require my assistance?
Looks like they are in the saving phase as well, so everyone has the same idea. And with my income next round, that'll be the first divine being. Totem Carrier? It's not the Tarn God. No, that's just okay. I'd be a little worried for a second. Probably spend 20,000. Yeah, too late to actually benefit. But with that, we have our first upper being. So for reference, that is 500,000 health and 98% damage reduction, divine armor. So an incredibly powerful unit. I'm not actually, even though I have plenty of chaos damage, the DPS needed to kill a upper being is insane. Let's try to get up to 200,000 income like Teal did. So let's just build an Orc Elite, and we'll be there next round. And it's probably one more round still. But I now, because I saved up, I now functionally have 300,000 income, if you actually compare it to Teal. Okay, let's get a little bit more, and start buying wood. Two? Okay. Let's get another batch of devils. One more wood to go. The Marines, or the Orc Elites, assuming that's what that was, or not. Nope, that's just a regular Marine. They have identical models. Hard to tell. Gets us one more upper being. We're now up to effectively 600,000 income when you combine the wood. And how are the upper beings doing? Probably well. That's a powerful slow. Okay, that's on its way out at almost full HP, so that's a guaranteed hit point.
More gold is required.
Gets us to 6 wood income. And it looks like Teal just sent his first upper being as well, which means the opponents will probably be sending one soon. Yep, there it is. So I do have an income lead, but might have to... Spending wood to get improved towers will really set you back. But I think I have to, because as it stands, we're going to start losing lives. So I'll buy one. No, I won't. Nope. I want that income. Getting 10 income is so valuable. Okay, let's upgrade this one to Satin. Okay, so there's one level above this as well, Hades. 2,500 range, that's the whole maze. And now we're at 10 income, fantastic. But, DPS-wise, I can't really do much to those upper beings. And it looks like they're actually able to kill them. That's the start of his maze. Do I get beam towers? Seems to be the only thing having any impact. Looks like they have beam, and whatever that one is. Okay. For now, let's get that to Satin. So 200,000 wood for that, or 200,000 gold versus, yes, this is actually a pretty bad value, which means it's more cost effective to use my money to get devils. The damage is just so irrelevant. Next round is a double. Yeah, okay. Let's just go for another batch of devils. It's the only thing I can really do that's cost effective, because you're getting Satan instead of Satin. He's just not... He's bad value. Like, he doesn't have a notable boost, but he does have a notable price increase. Taran God. The slow here is really what's helping him. If I mixed in one of those every other tower, could help. Winged God, Pure Life Essence. Okay, so that'd be 1/5. This is 1/5 as well, so it is fair price. Actually, you know what? I'm doing a fair amount of damage to the divine beam or upper beams. Let's just try to get the whole maze up to devils, and then we'll work from there. Quite a few units to go.
Is there something amiss?
Upgrade complete.
Is there something amiss?
More gold is required.
2 wood.
More gold is required.
Okay, that is a 40 round.
More lumber is required.
Are any of them leaking? Actually, no, that doesn't look like it.
What your big
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
And next round, actually, we could start sending Pure Life Essence. That's our best bet to get some. Actually, they did lose some lives. They had 19 a moment ago.
Upgrade complete.
What your big
Yeah, but I'm going to send a Pure Life Essence. It's cost effective, has pretty much the same amount. Well, it might not have Divine Armor. That could be problematic. Are a lot of them about to leak? Why did, what is this guy's color? Is this orange? Yeah. Wonder why orange left. Send another Life Essence. And let's follow its progress. So that's the second one, I'm assuming? Oh no, that was the first. They're very slow. Oh, that's hard to believe. Okay. We can send 2 of those per round, so that's what we're going to do.
Upgrade complete. 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 Upgrade complete.
Okay, and now it's all purple, so I guess that means we're winning. Or they have very low confidence. Are they losing lives to these little yeah, I think they are. Okay, so these are working out.
More lumber is required.
And let's get 2 more. Okay, 7 lives to go. We should have this in the bag. And I somehow just got, actually not somehow, 94. And I guess to show it off, we'll make 2 Tarns before the game ends. So, really, hard to believe this costs so much more. The Taran has an no additional damage reduction, and only 100,000 extra HP. But, so that's the game. What ended up winning it, in my opinion, is that I got that extra wood income, which ended up skyrocketing me ahead by about 8 wood overall, and then just kept getting more and more wood, and whoever has the most lumber income is able to dictate the flow of the game. And I was able to get the devils, which were way more cost effective than Satan, and was just able to wipe out the few upper beings that they did send. So yeah, fun game. I recommend trying it out if you're a fan of tower defenses. Usually, I mean, most of the games that I play that I consider good matches end in the wood phase, but sometimes they will end in gold as well. So, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.